All right, my name is Crystal Colsar. I work for the Vancouver Aquarium right now. We are at Horseshoe Bay Ferry Terminal, and we're here to do the Bioblitz, or Canada 150.
Yeah, so we're going to two different sites. We're going to Brigade Bay and Brunswick Beach, and we're going to be going down and doing some transects. So kind of looking at a certain area, putting down some tape. Yes, our fancy tape with the weight so that it stays in one spot. And yes, the tape of science.
Wow.
And then seeing what's in the area of different biodiversity, so fish, invertebrates, and also looking at the landscape itself as well.
So they set out a specific area that they're going to look at fish, how many fish and what kind of fish they see, and then they're going to look at all the different invertebrates and the algae that they see along there. And then the last thing that they'll do is they'll look at the substrate. So get some information on how rocky it is and how good a quality of habitat it is for different species.
We're not really looking for anything. I mean, it's always interesting if we find new things, which could be possible, but really just kind of looking at the biodiversity, so see what animals are there. We've been doing research diving for over 50 years in Howe Sound. That's how far back our records go. So if we've dove in this site before, we can compare to years previous and see, are there similar animals there, are there new animals, if there's any changes, and that's really a great way to know what is going on in Howe Sound.
Right now we're on the east side of Gambier Island in an area called Brigade Bay. This is spot number one. You know what? I remember that this particular site, along some of the wall portion, we've actually seen some sunflower sea stars, and those are not a frequent find in the last 4 years in Howe Sound. So maybe they'll see some of those on their transect, and that's really important information. We're not estimating population specifically, but basically we're taking a subset of what do rocky reefs in Howe Sound look like and what species comprise those habitats. And then over time, you can look through many visits to the same sites and look at how that species composition changes. So that's how we detect changes in biodiversity here. So in order to decide where we're going to do our surveys, we first decide what kind of habitat, in this case rocky reefs, we want to know information about. And then we use a random numbers generator to actually select GPS points so that we don't introduce any bias and go to the sites we know we like and that might be really interesting. And that way we get an honest sample of what rocky reefs are like in Howe Sound.
I got my first dogfish.
Oh,
Yeah, good eye. Yeah, that was so lucky. He was so awesome. Big.
So they actually saw a shark.
Oh, they did?
Dogfish. So yeah, we saw it when we did the inverts, so it didn't count.
Oh, okay.
But it's so cool!
Wait, what did you see?
We saw sharks.
Oh, you saw sharks?
Yeah, we saw spiny dogfish.
How big was it?
Probably about this big.
I think
that's
way bigger. He's bigger. He's pretty big. I was happy.
I don't have a very good judgment on that. But yeah, very cool. That was a fun find.
That was so cool. I saw a sunflower sea star.
Four.
That's good. Awesome.
Four little ones. That was awesome. Very unexpected. No urchins again.
No urchins again.
That I saw. Lots of agarum, lots of kelp.
Okay, algae and inverts. So just one of you at a time, I guess.
You want to go first?
Sure. Metridium.
Okay.
5. And how many?
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
Pachycereanthus, or 2 anemones.
Yeah.
12.
Okay.
Coon striped shrimp 1.
Okay.
Sunflower sea star 2.
So we input that data into a spreadsheet, and then we collect this information from a variety of sites in Howe Sound, and we do that over many years. So then we're able to analyze that data and detect different patterns in how species composition is changing on rocky reefs. So a great example of that is, and how our database is used, When sea star wasting disease hit in 2013, we were able to document how that progressed, but we were also able to go back and look at our records and see what the abundance of some of those key species were previous to their wasting, so we could understand what the change was before and after that epidemic.
So the data goes back about 50 years. It started with Andy Lamb, and we have all of those records of his dives, the different biodiversity and the animals that he's been seeing, and we've just been adding on to that ever since.